Hey guys, it's DCW Films here today, and my sister is going to show us how to make the best Belgian waffles there are. So let's just get into it with the first steps.
So first we'll use 3 tablespoons of baking powder, 4 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, half a cup of sugar, 4 eggs, 1 cup of oil. We don't have any canola oil right now, which is what we usually use. So we'll just use a little bit of coconut oil and a little bit of olive oil, and that should be fine. And then also some milk. We don't have any cow's milk in our house. We just use almond milk, so that's what we've found works fine. And then 2 teaspoons of vanilla. We don't have any vanilla right now either, so we're just going to use a little bit of almond extract and shake the cinnamon. Okay, so just for a quick recap, in here for the dry ingredients, we have baking powder and salt and sugar and flour. Then on the wet ingredients, we have eggs, oil, milk, and vanilla. So we're gonna add our last egg. I've already added 3, and so this will be our 4th. But for this recipe, you have to separate the whites from the yolks. And to do that, I like to just crack the egg somewhere in half and let the whites fall out, and you keep the yolk in one of the halves. You can just toss it back and forth between the two, draining them each time until there's no more whites left, and then you just pop the yolk wherever it needs to go. So now we will stir that. So now that all 4 of our yolks are in here, we'll mix it up real good. And if you are using coconut oil by any chance, and then you add your cold milk, make sure that either the milk isn't cold or you have it on a low temperature for a second on the stove or something, because the cold milk will harden your coconut oil, and we don't want that to happen. So now we'll go over here to our egg whites. It's just our 4 eggs whites, and we'll peek them. Okay, so once it's looking kind of stiff, and it can make a peak like that. That's why it's called peeking it, if you didn't know. You can move it around and the peaks stay there. Okay, we'll give this one good last mix. Make sure everything in it is good and ready to go. You add all of our wet ingredients into our dry ingredients, and you can see ours is kind of chunky. That is our coconut oil that got a little hardened, and there's an eggshell that was caught. How perfect. Now, with our longer spoon because there's so much mix. You begin mixing. Okay, so once you have your batter all mixed, we had to use a whisk to get it nice and smooth like this. I mean, it's not perfect, but it looks right.
It's smoother than a bunch of falling rocks, so.
Yeah. And so, make sure that it's not hot because we had it on the stove for a second there. Fold in the egg whites that have been peaked. And after you do this step, you don't want to mix any more than you have to. You want to mix very, very minimally. And it will look a little bit chunky because this is the fluffiness. Okay, so we got this right. The chunkiness is the eggs that we folded in. Those will provide the airiness and fluffiness. And so you don't want to like sit there and smush those out. Those are fine. So you will start by spraying your waffle maker with just whatever non-stick cooking spray you have.
And when you spray it on the waffle
You want to
iron,
get it in fast after that.
should it sizzle?
Like
that little sizzle right there, that sounds good.
That's fine, I don't know that it matters.
And another question that people, I don't know, with Belgian waffles, do you ever put chocolate chips in Belgian waffles? Or?
I think you could put anything you wanted in them, but we just do plain so that we can make them how we want them. And
so I notice how you're kind of putting it in the middle and letting them all drain to the four corners rather than just...
Yep, exactly.
So put that much. So by spoonful, how much was that?
This was a half a cup thing, and I did 2 of them. But it all depends on your waffle maker, how big it is, and
how hot do people usually want it?
I don't know. Sometimes I adjust it because we like some of ours crispy. We're weird. We like some crispy and some softer. But if you come over here, I put too much that time. I knew that would happen. So you don't want to put too much. It's probably better to put too little because then they can have room to expand and
big
everything
ones.
else. But yes, we will have some very large waffles. And we just have it on between 3 and 4. And yep.
Perfect, golden, crispy.
You can tap them and they crunch or
sounds
crack.
Crispy, but it's actually
in the middle. There, we'll
soft,
cut one open to see.
Yeah. Here's the first batch over here, which are a tiny, tiny bit done.
Like overdone.
It's still perfect and fluffy. No, they're awesome. You just have little pinchers like this.
We just have a pincher and a flipper revolve. And
you can use a fork though, or whatever you want.
Make sure to give your batter a light little turnover before you do it each time in case anything's settled. So we tried it this way this time, spreading them out a little bit to see if we can get those corners filled up. But I don't know, we'll see. We'll add a little bit extra for good luck. So that was about 1.5 cups of batter. These have been in for exactly 8 minutes, and we moved the heat down to 3, and they're coming out pretty good now. So our heat's on 3 or medium. And in for 8 minutes.
So this is 2.5 cups?
Yes.
Of that.
No, 1.5.
1.5 cups.
Or 2, I don't remember.
That. 8 minutes. Let's cut into it and see what it looks like. So nice and fluffy. It looks
Very
gooey
airy.
inside, but they're not. It's just fluffy. It's like a sponge. This is
Yes.
what SpongeBob eats every day.
But as you can tell, it's perfectly crispy on the outside. And
Not crunchy though. It's not overdone.
it's just like a good
But yeah.
crunch sound when you bite in. It's perfect.
But you can fix these up anyway. I just put some butter and syrup on it. Other people will do peanut butter, but you can't taste the already buttery golden flavor of them with other stuff on it. But you can put some jellies on them. But they're really good with just syrup. Or just
They're good by themselves.
eating them plain. So thank you guys for watching this little tutorial of it. And that's again the ingredients list right there. It's everything that we used in
Plus
here.
a little shake of cinnamon.
Yeah, cinnamon. We can put more or less. But thank you very much for watching and have a good day. Bye.
Hot Belgian waffles!